Hey everyone, welcome back to Redbanditracing. Welcome back to the channel. We have Traxxas versus ARRMA. We've been wanting to do this for, actually he's been wanting to do this for a while. So we're just gonna jump right into it.
Ever since we got the ARRMA Gorgon, we started to spark the debate between ARRMA versus Traxxas. And back then we were full-blown Traxxas. All we had was Traxxas. Probably about a year later, I started getting bored of Traxxas. And for reasons we'll get into later, that's when I got the Kraton, and that's when we started moving towards Traxxas, started moving towards other brands. But, you know, we're obviously still with Traxxas. So in this video, we're gonna be going over everything about every brand, prices, batteries, chargers, ecosystem, durability, variety, everything you need to know about either brand and our honest opinions on both. And we will be giving our decision at the end of this video.
It's how we feel about them.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna argue with you guys in the comments.
I will.
He will. I'm not gonna argue with you guys in the comments. This is just our opinion, our experience, and you guys can go ahead and debate this in the comments. And we'll read all of them too. It'll be fun.
We are pushing 4 years in the hobby, and I've been at a hobby store for over a year now. So I personally have dealt with hundreds of RC cars. I've worked on them. I've sold 1,000 of them. From my experience, I've been learning a lot from either brand, and even the behind the scenes of either brand, from distributors to factories and how all that stuff works. The first category is going to be the most important to some of you, variety. And now when it comes to variety, I don't think it needs to be mentioned. ARRMA is taking the loss. Traxxas, a quick little list, they sell bashers, they sell racers, crawlers, mini crawlers, boats, they sell a drone, they sell off-road, on-road, they sell pretty much any type of RC car you can want. While ARRMA is kind of limited to off-road bashers and on-street cars.
Yeah, you know, he's saying it, I'm reading it. This is our cheat sheet because it's a long cheat sheet. There's been like a lot of problems over the last couple months, which is why this video was delayed. All right, so the prices are based off of their counterparts. So obviously you got the Sledge and you got the Kraton 6S and so on and so on.
Yeah, so we're going based off battery pretty much. We have a 3S, a 4S, a 6S, and an 8S, and we also have the mini ones. So pretty much at the 3S level, you have the Rustler Forxor VXL from Traxxas sitting at $430 as of today, and the ARRMA Vortex, which is also a 2 to 3S car, at $370. That's a pretty big difference for a 3S truck.
And the Vortex is pretty nice too.
At the 4S level, it does not change. Traxxas will charge $600 for their Traxxas Max, and ARRMA will only charge $570 for their ARRMA 4S Outcast. And these cars are actually very similar, but different at the same time. Traxxas makes a much bigger Max, while Outcast is built to be shorter wheelbase to be a stunt truck. For the 6S level, this is where ARRMA takes its first L. The ARRMA Kraton went from $700 last year to $830. A huge difference, while the Sledge went from $700 to $800. Again, a huge gap, but the Sledge is still $30 cheaper in the end. And as you guys know, Sledge is one of the best cars you can buy. Now at the biggest level, we have the X-Maxx, which just bumped up its price to $1,200. That's not including the MT version or the Ultimate version. And the ARRMA Outcast 8S and, no, the ARRMA
Kraton.
The ARRMA Kraton 8S is currently sitting at $1,100, so $100 cheaper. And I do want to mention the amount of metal that is on the Kraton and the amount of plastics on the X-Maxx. Why is the X-Maxx more expensive?
Sorry guys, I'm still getting over a cold.
I don't get why the X-Maxx is more expensive when it's 99% plastic. And it's $100 more expensive than a solid piece of metal with the ARRMA Kraton. So some question marks there. But once again, ARRMA has been making cheaper cars. The last price comparison we're gonna throw at you guys, we have the Mini Max / Mini Slash, because those two are the same price. Those are both sitting at $290 for a 16 scale truck. Now we have the ARRMA Mojave Grom brushless, so this is the fastest version. It is actually faster, much faster than the Mini Max and Slash, sitting at, I believe, $230. So once again, $60 cheaper with a better system, better battery, and all that. However, it is much smaller. It's an 18 scale.
Yeah.
When Traxxas sells 16th. The only comparison ARRMA lost was 6S. So ARRMA does take the victory in almost all other categories. All right, so next category is batteries and chargers. So ARRMA actually does a pretty cool thing of their chargers. From their cheapest option to charge 1 to 4S or 2 to 4S, you can get the S100 for $50. That is a charger that can charge up to 65 watts, which isn't a lot, but is a cheap, affordable charger that can charge every single Spectrum battery you can ever want, as long as it's not 6S and above. And if you want the nicest charger, they sell a dual that can charge 1 to 4S, like I just said, but for $350, but it's over 3 times the charging power at 200 watts.
Now, as for the Traxxas chargers, your 4S chargers, your base charger is about $100 and it's producing about 75 watts. So it's really not that bad. If you want to get the best charger through Traxxas, you're looking at $200, but it's pushing 200 watts.
Yes, so it is a dual charger, so it actually does beat out ARRMA in that case, because their dual chargers are way cheaper. That dual charger is almost twice the price. However, if you're looking for something affordable, Spectrum does have you there, while Traxxas does not.
Now, Spectrum does have the display screen, which is really nice. Traxxas doesn't, but with the live chargers, you can read all the data on a phone, a tablet, and it does make it a little bit easier because you don't even have to be in the same room.
Now, batteries is kind of an interesting one. So I'm going to show you guys all the 5,000 base milliamp batteries for both brands. A Spectrum 2S at 5,000 milliamps and 100C will be about $60. A 3S 100C 5,000 milliamp will start at 87. This is a long list, so I'm gonna have to be reading this. A 4S 100C at 5,000 milliamps, $120. So not terrible. These numbers are actually almost exactly like Traxxas, but the only difference is going to be that C rating.
Okay, and the Traxxas 5,000 batteries, you got the 2S 5,000 milliamp for $60. It's not bad. The 3S 5,000 milliamp is $80, and the 4S is going to be $120, which isn't bad, but also take in consideration the C ratings.
Yeah, so C ratings for Traxxas, they all say 25C with 50C burst. 50C, even at the burst, is only half of what Spectrum is pushing, but those aren't always accurate. Traxxas is actually considered the more accurate brand out of the two. Even though Traxxas may be more accurate, Spectrum overall is simply more powerful.
Yeah, definitely more powerful. Now, the last thing on the batteries, we've got to talk about the warranty. Hands down, give it to Traxxas. They have the best battery warranty that you can get. If I were to buy this 3S LiPo right here and in 10 years decide, okay, it's bad, I just want to get a new one, I can trade it back in the Traxxas and only pay 50% for a brand new battery. You can't say that about anyone else. All right, now let's jump into durability, which is a big one.
In our experiences, we've had both cars, we had both bashing for over a year. One brand has simply been more durable, and I don't think it really needs to be said.
No.
It's Traxxas.
Yeah, I mean, Traxxas has a few issues, especially with their electronics. Bodies, they have some issues with tires, but man, ARRMA, I don't even know where to begin.
ARRMA's had a lot of issues with hinge pins, arms, overall just their plastic. Their toe link caps are really weak. Their shock caps are pretty weak. They do pretty good on tires and bodies. They have really good durability in those two categories. Outside of that, it's looking pretty grim. They have a really good chassis though.
Oh yeah.
Crane EXP chassis is one of the strongest I've ever seen. I think it's almost up there with M2C, and that's definitely saying something. But
yeah, I mean, I can't say that with the sledge because the sledge has gone through 3 chassis. This is still on the first one, and it's taken some bad hits. And I like using D-boots on the sledge. They work great. I don't think he's ever put sledgehammers on the Creighton.
I can't. That is a category I'll be talking about later.
Yep.
So one of the reasons why Traxxas is so durable is their lightweight system. They keep all their cars super light. I mean, if you guys look at the Max, you guys would probably think it's 13, 14, 15 pounds. I think it's actually 11 with the battery in it. It's just a very light truck, but they make it dense. It's a very dense truck. The sledge is the same way. It's not as heavy as the Creighton, and that's probably what makes it more durable. One of the least durable cars that are popular is the Outcast 8S.
Yep.
That's what happens when you make a 35-pound truck of pure metal.
And I've said it time after time after time. Heavy things don't fly very well, and they definitely don't land very well. And everyone keeps telling me, what about the $1,500 Ultimates? What about the Ultimates, all the aluminum? Should I put this aluminum? Should we do that? My answer is always going to be no, so you don't even have to ask anymore. This X-Maxx back here, it's not getting a lot of aluminum because it's already really light. So if I were to fling this thing in the air, 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna break. But if I fling an Outcast 8S in the air, it's like throwing a cinder block off a ramp. I don't know what's gonna break.
Yeah, Traxxas, not only is they're lightweight, they just know how to make their plastic. Their plastic is just levels beyond ARRMA. ARRMA's not even catching up in this category. They are still just not improving at all, while Traxxas has just reigned supreme this entire time. Just a little bit separate is electronic durability. Talking about servos, ESCs, receivers, and motors. It's kind of hard to explain because a lot of this is luck-based. We haven't really broken the same thing twice often. On ARRMA's side, I've personally broken one servo, and technically I did break a remote by just steering it wrong. I broke the spring off the remote, which is just really stupid. But on Traxxas' side, we've broken, was it 2 or 3 motor shafts?
Yep.
We've broken probably 4 or 5 set of servo gears.
One receiver.
X-Maxx had a weird electronic problem, which kind of spiraled down, and that's why no more Traxxas stuff in there.
Yeah, just bringing it back up is a headache. I mean, we were told from the beginning how bad Traxxas electronics were, and we kept telling you guys, we're not having problems. And a year goes by, and then boom, like
Yeah.
everything in the X-Maxx went bad. I mean, it literally went bad. I think I still have a brand new servo over here somewhere, still in the box, still in the wrapper, because I can't use it because it ended up frying the receiver. I don't know who you're going to give this one to. I'd probably give it to ARRMA.
I think Spectrum does make slightly better electronics. And also another thing, the eRevo 2.0, after a software update from Traxxas, we had to turn it in. Traxxas had to replace I think they replaced the motor, ESC, and the receiver. I think they replaced all 3 because after that software update, when you start moving the car forward, you can't steer. You can only steer and move the car at the same time in reverse, which I couldn't fix until we turned it in because Traxxas had to replace it themselves, which they did out of warranty. So that's another thing. Traxxas does have a friendlier warranty. Even when it's past their time limit, they'll still hook you up with some stuff.
All right, now as for performance, on the Traxxas side, definitely the motors are underpowered. The servos are underpowered. The batteries are underpowered. They're really lightweight, but that actually causes another problem, just like the Jado. They're very, very lightweight, and it makes it really hard for them to corner and go over bumps. I mean, they just fly all over the place, as you guys do know. But the one thing that I really like about Traxxas is the TSM. I think they are the only company that got that right. TSM works great. There's only one flaw that I have with TSM. You can tune it just perfectly to around 1/4%, and you have no steering.
Yeah, that's definitely a weird thing. That is an electronical issue. I'll consider it that. Traxxas needs to launch a software update to try to fix that the best they can, because for some reason each car has their own little TSM level that will cancel out your steering, and it makes no sense.
And it started around when we got the eRevo.
Yeah.
Because we didn't notice it before, and now it's just time after time after time.
Yeah. And performance-wise for ARRMA, even though, like we said, their heavyweight system does really hurt them, it does really help them here. The Kraton is much harder to flip over than almost any Traxxas car outside of XRT and Sledge. It is so easy to flip, corner. I mean, even if I go full speed and just turn the wheel, it'll just donut instead of flipping over. That's the thing about the Typhon too. When you jump a Typhon, it'll jump, level out, land. If you jump a Slash, it'll parachute, go up a few feet, and then go back down. And it's just that little small details. I mean, look at Techno and Losi. Those cars are just solid pieces of metal. And that's why they make it, because it's so heavy that you can corner it. When it jumps, it lands right. It doesn't bounce off the landings. And that's what Traxxas kind of fails at. I mean, personally, I think Traxxas made it like that on purpose. I think Traxxas wants to make durable and cheap cars to fix up and bash around. I don't think they really are caring too much about their performance. I feel like that's why they made the Sledge, because the Sledge, they made a metal chassis for once. They put a lot of metal into it, and they actually made a very good performance truck out of that one.
Yeah, I mean, plastic bends.
Yeah.
Plastic rebounds. Metal doesn't. And it's cheaper to make. It's more lightweight. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why Traxxas probably stayed that way. But personally, as a consumer and someone who's really deep into the hobby, Traxxas, you need to start putting aluminum chassis on some of these cars. It would really help a lot, especially on the Slash and like the Jado.
Outside of Nitro, they only have one metal chassis truck,
Yeah.
and it is the Sledge, and it is a fan favorite for a reason. Even though it is expensive, everyone wants one because how well it handles. Now, ABC, which is Spectrum's TSM, it's bad. It's very bad. It's hard to calibrate, and personally, it's not very useful. I mean, I've ran ABC on the Typhon and the Crayon. I just turn it off because I don't notice a difference. However, it's very useful on cars like the Infraction. I can go 89 miles an hour in a dead straight line because how good that ABC is. It's the most stable car, and
can't do that on Traxxas.
No.
The XO1, you have to use TSM, and even that doesn't keep it dead straight.
that again is just the weight of the car. The weight of a car speed running helps it so much. I mean, how much ounces do we put on the XO1? A whole pound?
Oh, we put 16 ounces
whole
from the
pound.
front to the back to weigh it down to help it, and it had just barely helped it.
We put a whole pound and heavier batteries than Traxxas stock ones.
Actually, the Sledge isn't the only, I don't know why I didn't think that. The Sledge isn't the only one with a metal chassis.
Oh, XO1.
X1 does. It's really small. It's a really small, it's over here. It's a really small chassis because there's a lot of plastic around it.
Yeah, it's like 60% the center chassis, then the giant circle around it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great setup, but come on, let's add more aluminum.
Yeah.
Let's add more metal here. Let's get this thing weighed down a little more, like the Infraction.
Infraction, Felony, and Limitless are all just solid bricks of steel. And I feel like that just, it grounds it. It
Yeah.
doesn't pop up as much as the XO1 does.
All right, now, I just thought this was funny. Parts. Let's go over parts because you can get parts anywhere. Any hobby store that sells RC parts is going to have a section for Traxxas, period.
I mean, I've worked at a hobby store. I've been to 1,000 hobby stores. Traxxas always takes up 50, 60% of the wall compared to all the other brands. ARRMA is probably the third or second most available everywhere else, but it's just not even close to Traxxas. So Traxxas has two advantages here. Advantage number one is the price, just because it's a plastic type of car and it's a lot cheaper. The second advantage they have is just the way all their temp scale are all the same. All their axles are the same, links are the same. Now, personally, I kind of don't like their lack of creativity they've had recently because they've really been recycling the same parts for the last few years now. But it just makes it a lot easier to find your parts. While ARRMA, everything's kind of unique except for a few outliers. That also just makes it harder to find.
Not to mention, if I need to get a link or a rod end, I can go buy a pack of 4 rod ends. Can't do that with ARRMA. You're going to end up getting a whole bag because we have bags and bags right over there of rod ends.
We have about 4 bags of rod ends because we need one specific one, and you have to buy the entire pack to get it. If I ever get into a crash where I magically break every single link but nothing else, I can fix it all up for $12. Well, Traxxas is going to charge me about $24.
Yeah.
So I guess in that case, it's better. But if you just need one link, you're just wasting $11 every single time. And it's always the back left link on this crane, and that's the most annoying part.
Yep. All right, as far as maintenance and repairs, on the Traxxas side, easy to work on. The diffs are easy accessible, and programming and calibrating, extremely easy, especially if you're using the Link app. If you're just using the remote, it's still easy, just a few more steps. Yeah, I've never had a problem working on any Traxxas cars except maybe the eRevo 2.0,
Yeah.
just because that cantilever system, very unique, and there's a lot that you can take apart, not to mention the mini eRevo. There's a lot of little things to take apart on that, but otherwise, very easy to work on.
I mentioned this like 4 times already. It's probably getting annoying, but I do work at a hobby store. I've worked at 1,000. I've worked on probably 300-400 cars by now. I hate working on ARRMA. A lot of their ARRMA temp scale are just really frustrating. I hate the way they design their chassis. I don't like the way they organize their motor mounts on some of their cars. I do like their 6S and 8S. They are very easy to work on, but anything smaller is just so frustrating and time consuming. Traxxas just makes it so much simpler. The plastic just is better to work on.
You start talking about this, and the only thing I'm thinking is him taking screws out of that ARRMA because it just feels like there's some guy on an assembly line with two big jugs of Loctite, and he's just make sure he's getting every screw that goes down that assembly line, because there's so much Loctite on this car.
They put way too much Loctite, and from factory, I remember the first time I took off my motor mount, I broke a screw. When we had to drill it out, we realized there was just piles of dried up Loctite in there. They put on way too much, and it broke the screw in half when I tried to take it out.
Traxxas doesn't put on enough, so which is not a problem. If it comes out, I put a little more on, put it back in.
In our experience, ARRMA actually does, from factory, fill up their diffs a lot better than Traxxas.
Oh yeah, I mean, how many repair videos have you guys saw us do, and half of them are empty. Some are completely empty.
Yeah, I think it was the Stampede BL2S, it was a completely empty diff. It was almost dry. When it comes to calibration and binding, all that stuff on the Spectrum side, it is slightly more complicated. There's slightly more steps needed to be taken. Traxxas overall does do it a little bit cleaner, and that is because of the remotes. Traxxas has one type of remote. Well, they have 3 individual remotes, but they're all the same style, all the same button combinations to bind. While Spectrum does 3, and each one actually does have slightly different processes. They have SLT2, SLT3, and DX3 at the moment. I don't think they do anything else at the moment. I could be wrong, so correct me if I am. But yeah, it's just a little bit more complicated. One last thing I want to mention on this category is little things ARRMA does that I like much better than Traxxas. When it comes to those little eyelets, the little pivot balls you have to put the screw in.
Oh yeah.
ARRMA does it way simpler. They just have a pin. If I were to service my shocks on the Traxxas, I have to sit there prying it, trying to level it in the bottom of the shock into the arm to try to line it up for the screw. Well, ARRMA, I just drop it in place, put the pin in, and then the screw, and it just works way better.
Yeah, I mean, I wish they would do that. Just put a pin in, and it's like having a set screw to hold the pin.
That's what the X-Maxx does. A lot of the stuff on the X-Maxx is pins, and it makes it so much easier.
Yeah, they just pin retainers. I mean, I took them out, but so much easier.
And there also makes it more durable. Screws don't back out. Pins don't really back out of this like screws back out of a temp scale.
All right, as far as ecosystem, Traxxas is they're in their own little world over here, especially with their tires. I mean, we just got a brand new tire balancer, and you can't put a Traxxas tire on it because they have specific splines on their 17mm hubs that no one else has. You can use another wheel. You can put them on an ARRMA. You just have to clip them off. I mean, that's so annoying. I don't know why they have to make little changes like that when they could just make it compatible so that we can put whatever tires we want on them. And I know you guys may think, you know, it could be durability on those splines.
No.
But
definitely no.
But honestly, how many times have you stripped that out on any other car?
I have yet to do on an ARRMA. We've probably done about 4 or 5 times on a Traxxas.
Yeah, so, I mean, let's not say it's for durability or anything like that. No, it's not for durability. It's just they wanted to do their own way so that no one else can do it.
It's almost like when iPhone allowed Samsungs to FaceTime, but they purposely made their quality worse.
Oh yeah, I remember when that came out. It was like, oh, I know you guys can have FaceTime now, and it's all just looks like snow.
They know what they're doing when they do that stuff. Another thing about ecosystem is the battery connectors. An IC5 or IC3 on a Spectrum is universal. You can throw on so many different types of batteries because it's a universal plug, while Traxxas sticks to the Traxxas plug, which isn't even compatible with the other type of Traxxas plug. Because the 2 and 3S is different from the 4S. The 4S cannot plug into 3S, but the 3S can plug into 4S. So it's not a big deal, but it's just another little thing that Traxxas does, which just doesn't make any sense.
So little stuff that I guess we're just gonna rant on. I mean, the bodies are just clearly better on Traxxas' side. I mean, not only are they last longer, but even on this one, I can just pop it off on the front and the back. Or on the Sledge, I can just slide it off. Or on the X-Maxx, I can just unpin it and pull it off. I mean, this is frustrating. I mean, we're in 2025, almost 2026. Why do we still have pins on cars, and why can't they get the clipless system right on an ARRMA without pinching your fingers?
I was making fun of ARRMA when they first came out with that clipless system. I believe it's on the notorious 4S. It is terrible. It is not convenient. And you're trying to line up the pegs while you're trying to force your thumb down in there and then releasing to lock it. It makes no sense. I know pins overall hold on better. I mean, the X-Maxx had a huge problem with the body flying off every jump, but the clips ruin your body. You lose them, you have to buy new ones. It's just not as convenient.
Yeah, and I got a bone to pick with Traxxas, if Traxxas is watching. This is stupid. I'm just gonna say it. This is really, really, really stupid. The bodies have been flying off the X-Maxx for a long time, and we all know why. Traxxas knows why, so why aren't they fixing it? You got the best RC car in the world right here. It's the king, and you can't get the body right? It's simple. The back clip on the back of the body is plastic. It's flexing and causing the body to fly off. How do you fix it? You put an aluminum one on that won't come off. How many times have I hit this now and this body will not come off now?
Yeah.
It's stuck on here. Just fix the little things. If these companies would fix the little things, you would get so much more out of the cost that they're charging you now. It would make everyone feel better if some of the little things got fixed, especially for the price increases.
Also, I feel like Traxxas should make a plastic plate that surrounds the areas where the clipless system connects to the actual body itself. Because if you guys look at our old Max bodies or Rustler bodies, the body cracks and gets destroyed around the clipless system.
Yep.
So if you just added plastic inserts in those areas, you would have a body that is really easy to put on and off and last way longer.
Now, actually, you know what? I got one more bone to pick with you, Traxxas. You know where I'm going with this. This car is not discontinued. You could have got this car in almost 5 different colors until they got rid of white, and then they had, what, green, blue, orange, and red. Now they have, what, is it green and blue?
Yeah.
I think it's green and blue. And now you can't even get them. You can get the Pro Graphics, but you can't get the one already painted. Why? Why don't you sell the bodies for your cars that aren't discontinued? This is so annoying that I have to go on eBay to find a body for this. Which, by the way, if you guys do have a brand new body, put a comment down, message us on Instagram. I am looking for a new body for this because it's getting really frustrating that I got to go on eBay to buy a body.
Another thing I do want to mention is their websites.
Oh yeah.
In preparation for this video, I scoured both websites, finding all the information I could. Traxxas, if you change your website one more time, I will not buy your cars anymore.
Yeah, if you guys wonder why the links don't work from our previous videos, it's because Traxxas updated their site, so none of our links work.
They didn't update their site, they changed their site.
Oh, they changed it dramatically.
So that means they deleted all of their old links and remade them instead of just updating it in the first place, which was probably more complicated in its own. It just doesn't make any sense. And also, when you're scrolling through an ARRMA page, everything is nice, visible. They do it in rows, while ARRMA does it, Traxxas does it in much bigger pictures, so I guess you can see it better. But you're scrolling 5 times longer to find what you want instead of seeing all the variety ARRMA can sell.
Yeah, I don't like the new showroom.
It's
just put it back to where it
It's
was.
stupid.
And just make some minor changes to it, but
stupid.
yeah.
And Traxxas,
I don't like it.
If you're going to change your links, please remove your old links from Google. I can't tell you how many times I go Google a link, I see it, Traxxas part number 5210 or something, and I click it and it says page not available. It's because I clicked on their old link that is still on Google and it's still the first result.
Now we got to pick on ARRMA for a little bit now that we pick on Traxxas. The parts listing for the ARRMA cars, it's really a headache because you have this exploded view and you can click on a part and sometimes you can't even click on it and you got to search it. That's so annoying. I wish they would just combine the better of the two. Like, okay, you got the ARRMA Kraton. Well, what are you looking for? I'm looking for chassis. Okay, go to chassis and show the list of chassis for this car. Just make it simple.
Another thing about Traxxas, just make one exploded view like ARRMA does. You can zoom in on one exploded
that would be
view.
nice.
Why does it when I go to Traxxas, I have to scroll through 6 pages of different sections of the car and it doesn't make any sense? And also another thing about ARRMA, why isn't your exploded views also a demonstration of how to put your car back together?
Yeah, it's
Traxxas has arrows of what connects and what goes with what, while ARRMA just kind of scatters them all about.
This is old school, by the way. Yeah, the view that Traxxas uses is actually really old. I mean, back when I had my Kyosho Pro X, we're talking like probably 20, almost 30 years ago, that's how the diagrams looked. It was literally just a screw with a body and an arm, and it kind of just went down. And that's how their manuals looked. It was really easy to know what went where. you don't know what goes where sometimes with the way that ARRMA
very
does their
annoying.
diagrams.
As you see, neither brand wins this category. They both lose.
Yeah, I'm not happy with either one of them.
Now we have our final thoughts, and each one of us, we're going to give our winner. We're going to see which brand is better. So pretty much this answer is, if you had to pick one brand to rock with for the rest of your RC career, which would it be? It's a tough decision because both brands have flaws and strengths. I think I do have a winner in my mind. Pretty clear one. Probably, I know it's going to be different
Oh my
from
God,
his.
this is stupid. Obviously, I'm going with Traxxas. He's going with ARRMA.
I was going to go with Axial. It was supposed to be a plot twist at the end.
Oh, plot twist?
No.
I mean, the motors already went out in them,
Yeah.
which is why they got brand new motors. But I'm going with Traxxas because I can go anywhere to get parts. The parts are a lot cheaper. It's a lot easier to find them. Their diagrams are a lot easier. I can't really say I like their batteries because we've been switching the Gen 8s. I can't tell you the last time we used a Traxxas charger. I like their remotes.
Well, that's the thing. This isn't
Yeah.
a Traxxas X-Maxx. This is not a Traxxas X-Maxx anymore. It doesn't have a stock servo. It doesn't have a stock ESC. The only thing really stock about this is the chassis, the shocks, the tires.
I'm gonna get a new sticker for it. It's gonna be called Frankenstein. Frankenmax.
Now I'm gonna have the real
Frank
sticker
and
on it.
Max. I like their clipless bodies. I like their designs too. I gotta go with Traxxas. I like their systems. I just wish that they would stop price gouging and they would make some small changes to help us. Not us, help us.
So I have two answers. I have my mutual answer, then I have my actual answer. My mutual answer is, if I could have it any way I would want the Traxxas chassis. Then I would throw on my ARRMA tires,
You're
my
cheating.
ARRMA.
You were supposed to pick one.
I do have two answers. I would place down a Traxxas made chassis, Traxxas parts with ARRMA tires, ARRMA electronics, ARRMA body, ARRMA remote, ARRMA batteries, and chargers. And I think that would be the best thing possible. However, as you guys heard, I only mentioned Traxxas one time, and that's because that's why I'm picking ARRMA. ARRMA does everything better, except for durability, and their warranty's not as convenient. The bottom period is their electronics are just by far superior. Look at all of our Traxxas cars recently. How many electronics from Traxxas are still in there?
Yeah, I mean, why do you have such a weak servo in all your cars?
2075 servo needs to be banned.
Yeah, they need to get rid of that servo.
Their chargers are pretty good. Their batteries are pretty bad. Their motors are pretty bad. Their servos are abysmal compared to ARRMA. ARRMA servos are just...
Oh, they're so fast. Not to mention with the other system, which one is that?
This is SLT3,
The other one.
DX3.
Well, I don't know which one it is. I think it's the DX3. I mean, you could run 7.4 volts on
Yeah.
your servo. I mean, right out of the box. You can't do any of that with Traxxas. You'll just end up burning up the receiver.
I do have a theory about that. I think Traxxas is a coward in that way. I think they made their cars lightweight and underpowered on purpose to give the illusion of durability, convenience, and just how to work on it. I see him smiling through the reflection of his iPad screen. I don't think I'm wrong here either. I think Traxxas purposely underpowers everything they do because they're too scared to take the bigger steps like ARRMA is, even though, yes, there's some durability issues, but there's only durability issues on the ARRMA side.
Now, could it be them playing catch up?
I think it is. I think ARRMA's been playing catch up since
Yes.
2023.
Yeah, and Traxxas is on the money side. They're on the business side, so they want you to upgrade. They want you to get their higher end servo. They want you, which is fine. That's a business tactic, and that's completely fine and understandable. I think ARRMA is trying to play catch up, and they are catching up fast.
I think Traxxas is falling face first. I think their lack of creativity is eventually going to end them. It's not going to end them. Obviously, they're still going to be top 3 brand regardless. At their worst, they're a top 3 brand.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, there's only one other car that I would get from Traxxas. That one might be a Jado, but that's it. Like the Funko, I just don't have a use for that. There's a lot of cars I don't have a use for that they're coming out with. The last one that I thought was like, wow, like look what they just came out with. Look what Traxxas just came out with, and that's a Sledge.
That was almost 4 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, that was a completely different platform. And even at that time, it was underrated.
Yeah.
You didn't hear too much about it. That thing rips. That thing's so durable. It's a beast.
I think that was a good year for Traxxas too. They also released a TRX 6. That was a pretty creative car. 6 wheels, That's pretty creative. Yeah, since then, we've gotten X-Maxx Ultimate. We got an XRT, which is way too similar to an X-Maxx. There is some creativity in there, I'll admit that.
Very durable, though.
Very durable.
Very durable.
Then there's the Mini Slash, the Mini Max, Mini XRT. Cool, you just remade your car 1,000 times.
They just went on this mini-me spree.
Then they made the Sprint car, which is a Slash platform. They made the Mud Boss, which is that they got sued for, which is now the Slash modified Slash chassis. They made the Haas Stampede chassis. But ever since then, it's like they're just releasing recycled versions of their old cars, while Arrma's just busy discontinuing all their old cars.
Yeah, they do it pretty quick too.
That brings me to another point. Traxxas does not master anything besides bashing. They step their foot into racing, they're pretty bad at it. They step their foot into crawling, they're not that good at it. They step their foot into drones, they make one beginner drone. They step their foot into boats, which they're pretty solid at. They're not good at anything besides bashing. They're not good at street cars either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a comparison. Infraction is smoking a Fiesta Rally.
Yeah, I mean, their nitros.
Their nitros are pretty bomb the barrel too.
Yeah, I mean, back when they had the 2.5s, they were pretty good, but the 3.3s, they just have problems with those, and I don't hear anyone talking great things about those except for the very few that are out there. And I'm not just talking about our bad experience with the 3.3, but there's a lot of people out there that just don't like the 3.3. A lot of people love the T-Max when it was the 2.5.
And the last shot, maybe the last shot I'm going to take at Traxxas in this video, their speeds on the boxes.
Oh yeah,
they're lying. They're absolutely lying, and they need to stop. ARRMA, please be more confident in your answers, because the ARRMA infraction is not 80 miles an hour. It's almost 90. Typhon is not 70 miles an hour. It's over 80. They need to be more confident and they need to brag about their speeds a little bit more. While Traxxas needs to.
It's always a little under. It's always a little under.
I mean, Traxxas, you needed to buy an off-brand pinion because Traxxas, you don't sell it, and that's the only way we could hit 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, when we were trying with the BANDIT, and it was right there on the box, it said what, 31?
Yeah.
You can't get a 31. You can't get a 31. So why are you putting it on the box? I mean, how long did it take us for it to hit? I know you guys out there said, well, we hit it really fast, or I can hit it on my 2S, and some of the comments that were.
If you can hit 70 miles an hour on a 2S, send me the video.
Yeah, please record.
Send me the motor picture too, because I know you're not running stock.
It takes way too many upgrades and way too many tries to hit these speeds.
Well, we just cycled back and we just listed like 4 new categories.
Okay, hold on. Yes, we listed more categories, but
my answer has even become more solidified. ARRMA. Not even close in my opinion.
So we're still gonna buy a lot of ARRMA. We still got some more Traxxas stuff to do. Hopefully they come out with something else that we can buy and try out. I really want to run the crawlers. I know you guys really voiced it that you didn't like it. I honestly love running them. It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fun just to mess around with. If you guys want us to try like 16th or 18th scale, like the TRX4 on Traxxas, because I heard those are really fun, or try some 10th scale. He doesn't want to. But if you guys want to see more bigger crawlers and we can go mess around with those, just let us know, because I would love to jump into those.
We do have some more bashing. Yes, we're gonna take a little break from the street because you guys have been missing bashing, but street is not coming to an end.
For the most part, yes, we're goofing around, but we are honest about our opinions on both cars. We do love both brands. They just have different qualities.
These are 2 very complete brands. If you had to pick one, you could get a whole nice setup for either one.
Yeah, so comment down below. Which one would you pick? And not only which one would you pick, what model would you pick in that brand? Let us know what you guys think. Let us know what you guys feel. Let us know what your guys' thoughts are on anything that we said.
Keep it civil in the comments. You ARRMA and Traxxas fans get so violent so quick.
Yeah.
It's RC cars.
You don't have to fight about it. Just state your facts, because if you state your facts, that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows what's wrong with both brands. So there's no arguing about it. And like I said, we're not going to comment to you guys and respond to all of them. He might, but guys, just fight amongst yourselves.
Yeah, we'll watch.
All right, guys, well, that'll do it for this video. If you guys haven't heard, we do have a Patreon. So all that stuff that in that Patreon goes right back to you guys. Make sure you guys check out our other social media platforms, especially Instagram. I do put up as many reels and information as I can.
So if you guys like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. See you guys next video.